Well, look at that. A very good morning. Welcome to the coast of Les Sables d'Olonne on the Vendée coast. It's watching the finish now of freelance.com, which is Guirec Soudée. The adventurer turned Vendée Globe racer. He's only minutes from the finish line, and he's really had a pretty tough race generally. He's had multiple technical problems, but his maxim for life is the adventure starts when the problems start, and that really has held true for him. It's only 4 years since he started sailing IMOCAs. For the first time, he had great support all the way through. He's been a fast learner. Straight away scored a 6th in the Vendée Arctic race, only his second IMOCA race, and since then he's maximised his time on the water with this very well-known boat, which started life as Estrella Dam and BT 2008 vintage Far design, originally sailed by Sebastian Joss. And Guirec has not had a very easy approach to Les Sables d'Olonne. He's had to go quite far north, almost to the latitude of Brittany, to the point of Bretagne, then coming down the coast, which he said he was happy with because he grew up on the northwest of Brittany on a small island to sailing, and his adventures there made him a household name in France. Spent nearly 5 years sailing around the world with a chicken called Monique. He's rode the Atlantic twice in both directions, only months apart. So in terms of tenacity and the ability to deliver on a project, then Guirec really has few equals even in this race. Just seeing his loved ones for the first time and his friends and family. You can see the finish line. He's coming in for 23rd place. He was very much in contact with the group in front until he started having his various different technical problems. He lost, well, immediately straight off the start line almost. The day after, he lost the spinnaker and spent 5 days repairing it. He had to stop in the Kerguelen Islands and climb his mast. But here he goes. This is all about release. This is all about deliverance from the race. This is all about the satisfaction of coming into the finish line. A 4-year project. To say Vendée Globe was never a big dream of his, but it just became the next adventure in a succession of incredible achievements. So he was very much in the group with Benjamin Ferry, with Tanguy Le Turquet generally in the early part of the race. But he's been taking on adventures since he was in his early 20s. He's had great support initially with Roland Jourdan and his team, Sébastien Odegan, Corentin Duguay. All of them have helped him fast track his learning in the IMOCA, and he's going to be at the very front of his boat as he comes through the finish line to make sure that he gets there before the boat other than his furlough. So that's our race direction, our race committee asking
500 mètres de l'arrivée pour Guirec Soudée,
asking them to have the line completely clear for Guirec arriving. There's going to be 89 days, 20 hours, 15 minutes and a few more seconds, and Guirec Soudée will have completed the Vendée Globe at his first time of asking. He's never actually been in a position where he's been concerned about not finishing. He spent 130 days locked up in the ice with only his chicken for company. So here he comes, the news shoot there just on your left of picture, coming through the finish line. Hugely popular, charismatic skipper. He's the youngest skipper ever to sail through the Northwest Passage alone. Here we go. The job is done. The Vendée Globe is finished with a 23rd place for Guirec Soudée. 89 days, 20 hours, 16 minutes and 34 seconds. What an achievement for, say, someone who really only got on the Mocha for the first time 4 years ago. I say I don't think there was ever any doubt that he had the seamanship or the tenacity, the staying power to complete the Vendée Globe in under 90 days. But he's proven himself competitive and really has profited from and enjoyed this race. See, though it was only on the 2 days after the start that his spinnaker in the water wrapped around his keel, the damage in the middle of December in a big storm, and he headed into the Kerguelen Islands to climb the mast, and he was in 30th when he left then. Celebrated his 33rd birthday during the race on the 4th of January, and who's been watching and following Guirec's race, who can forget him having to swim just after Cape Horn to free another sail stuck round his keel, and a very different looking day to what we've seen for some of the finishes recently. Overcast, breezy and quite chilly, but anyway, there we go, 23rd place. A major achievement for this young skipper from the north of Brittany. He's written three books of his adventures. Only started in 2022 with the short 1,000-mile race in 2022. Then straight off he did the Vendée Arctic and had that amazing 6th place. Anyway, he's no longer solo. His boat is taken over by his technical team. He can relax, or start to relax now. We'll come into the channel. We'll take a short break. He'll come into the channel at 10:40, and of course we'll have all his channel live. There's a number of small to medium-sized sponsors who've been with him all the way through his projects, and then he secured freelance.com, which is as it might suggest, a big amalgamation of freelance operators in France who do all kinds of businesses. So they came on board and have supported him all the way through his Amoca project. I say that is his maxim: the adventure begins when the problems begin. and he's had a few during the course of this race. So it's all over. It's that moment. Takes a little bit of time to just process what's happening, having been solo, having been alone, totally responsible for your own boat and everything that happens on it, and yourself for, in his case, just under 90 days. Now he doesn't have to worry about anything. The responsibility has been passed to his technical team. And for him, well, the day will belong to Guirec, as there's no other skippers coming in until next channel will be Monday, when we may see up to 4 skippers coming in, catching up with his team. So his adventures began in 2021, or certainly his Mocha adventures began in 2021 when he bought this Mocha, built in the UK, built in by offshore challenges in Cowes, in fact. But he's been adventuring since he was 18 years old, in fact, has Guirec. He headed to Australia with just 200 euros without even speaking English. He travelled by bicycle initially in Australia. And at the age of 18, he was working on the shellfish boats, the prawn boats, and as a fisherman in Australia. He also sold windows in Paris, would you believe it? Which helped to fund the purchase of his steel boat, 10.7 metre long steel boat, which he called Evenec, after the island off the Côte d'Amour where he grew up, and where indeed I think he passed in the last 24 hours. So it was 2013 when he's headed off on his 5-year tour of the world. So he was trapped in the ice near Greenland in August 2015. And it was only actually 3 years ago, or between 3 and 4 years ago, that he did his double transatlantic row, going originally from the Canaries to St. Bart's, and then he rowed from Chatham back to Brittany. So reunited there with his partner. He has 2 kids now, there's Guirec. So he'll settle down with his team. I think they'll get the sails down, and he'll have a spell of about 90 minutes or so to decompress, to catch up with the team, to organise the boat a little bit. to get some good food, I'm sure, or get a little bit of a petit déj, little breakfast, and then he'll come into the channel at 10:40. So join us then. It's 10:40 French time, 9:40 UTC for the channel for Guirec Soudée. Finishing in 23rd place today. His Vendée Globe is completed. His Vendée Globe is complete. And so join us at 10:40, 9:40 UTC, and we'll have the coverage of Guirec's channel. We'll see you then.
Don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you let me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. I crossed the oceans using Try to find a view that's a different shade of hue, but my heart is always blue, yeah. Give you everything, but you let me your love. Miss your instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. Where your heart is, please don't break mine, darling. I know where your heart is, please don't break mine, darling. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me, to me, to me. Yeah, wake up early, I'm so ready for this day, yeah. I got the energy, the secret sauce, so yeah, yeah. I won't let nobody else bring me down. I won't let nobody turn this smile around. Then I remember my mama's voice in my head. Why don't you be your own boss instead? 'Cause you really don't need no one's permission now or then or ever. I got my own damn mind and I'm looking hot. I got my friends right behind me, yeah, we're tearing it up. I got the whole world looking, yeah, we're bossing it up. Tonight, tonight, tonight. Here's to me. I raise my glass real high tonight. So here, yeah, here's to me. Tell myself I'm gonna be alright. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me. Duh. Wake up early, life's a miracle, amazing. Slow it down, rise it up, we're entertaining. I won't let nobody else bring me down. Bring me down, bring me down. I got my own damn mind and I'm looking hot. I got my friends right behind me, yeah, we're tearing it up. I got the whole world looking, yeah, we're bossing it up. Tonight, tonight, tonight. Here's to me. I raise my glass real high tonight. So here, yeah, here's to me. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. Drenched in sweat, I'm feeling too good to stop. She keeps moving, and I do my best to keep up. Out of body experience, as if we on the move, said. Two figures dancing, I can see the move and connect. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. We got a little situation. We got a little situation.
All alone and I know what I got to do without you. I know what I choose, 'cause someday we'll be without truth, and baby it's bad news. Oh, you got to hold me and feel me up, knowing that I never had your way with love. I know you're lonely, sometimes I feel it too, but I know that they're coming. I know that you got the nights in you. Hey, well, do you wanna ride with me and tear up the night with me? Oh, you got the nights in you. Hey, and do you wanna ride with me or drown in the light to me? Oh, you got the nights in you. All alone and I know what I got to do without you. I know what I choose, 'cause someday we'll be without truth, and I knew that you got the nights in you. Hey, well, do you wanna ride with me or tear up the night with me? Oh, you got the nights in you. Hey, and do you wanna ride with me or drown in the light to me? Oh, you got the nights in you. Do you wanna come home? There's a fierce fire on your desire, and I've gotta know. Do you wanna come back? Oh, it's a harder time. There's a room I see, it waits for me in another track. You got the nights in you. Hey, and do you wanna ride with me or tear up the night with me? Oh, you got the nights in you. Hey, and do you wanna vibe with me
try. The strength within me is the fire you light inside. I'd go the distance, I'd run any amount of miles. My love is endless, watch it flow, the rivers never dry. But I'm going through withdrawals when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. I cross the oceans using my very last breath of life. Your waves will keep me floating, carry me through the night. But I'm going through withdrawals when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. It looks a lot like you when I walk into the room. My mind is so confused, yeah, why am I so confused? I try to find a view that's a different shade of hue, but my heart is always blue, yeah. Give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now.
He's coming, leaving it notes at the door. Only good times. Let the DJ take us on a tour. A little disco and maybe some classic soul. Once we get started, you will be wanting more and more. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. Drenched in sweat, I'm feeling too good to stop. She keeps moving, and I do my best to keep up. Out of body experience, as if we on the move. Said two figures dancing, I can see the move and connect. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. We got a little situation. We got a little situation.
All alone and I know what I got to do without you. I know what I choose. 'Cause someday we'll be without truth. And baby, it's bad news. Oh, you got to hold me and feel me out, knowing that I never had your way with love. I know you're lonely, sometimes I feel it too. But I know that they're coming, I know. But you got the nights in you. Hey, do you wanna ride with me? There's a room I see, it waits for me in another shrink. You got the nights in you, hey. And do you wanna ride with me, or tear up the night with me? Oh, you got the nights in you, hey. And do you wanna vibe with me, or drown in the lights with me? Oh, you got the nights in you, hey. And do you wanna ride with me, or drown in the lights with me? Oh, you got the nights in you, hey. Well, do you wanna ride with me, or drown in the lights with me? Oh, you got the nights in you. Hold me, darling, don't let me go. Oh, if you could just shape me into someone you know. Well, I've been shaking, 'cause you've been making out like I'm someone you could love. Oh, but am I mistaken? Hope is fading, last chance to dance on the floor. She's in love with the night, singing let yourself go. And I've been lost in the lights, white heels on the dance floor. Hold me, darling, don't let me go. And if you could bend and break me, shape me into someone you know. Oh, I've been waking up to making out like I'm someone you can trust. Oh, but am I mistaken? Hope is fading, too much is never enough. She's in love with the night, singing let yourself go. And I've been lost in the lights, white heels on the dance floor. She's in love with the night, singing let yourself go. She's in love with the night, white heels on the dance floor.
don't pick up my calls, I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. I cross the oceans using my very last breath of life. Your waves will keep me floating, carry me through the night. But I'm going through withdrawals when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. Looks a lot like you when I walk into the room. My mind is so confused, yeah, why am I so confused? I try to find a view that's a different shade of hue, but my heart is always blue, yeah. Give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now.
He's coming, leave any doubts at the door. Only good times. Let the DJ take us on the tour. A little disco and maybe some classic soul. Once we get started, you will be wanting more and more. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. Drenched in sweat, I'm feeling too good to stop. She keeps moving, and I do my best to keep up. Out of body experience, as if we on the move. Said two figures dancing, I can see the move and connect. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. We got a little situation. We got a little situation.
come by. Oh, it's a harder time. There's a room I see, it waits for me in another train. You got the nights in blue, hey. And do you wanna ride with me, or tear up the night with me? Oh, you got the nights in you, hey. And do you wanna vibe with me?
try. The strength within me is the fire you light inside. I'd go the distance, I'd run any amount of miles. My love is endless, watch it flow, the rivers never dry. But I'm going through withdrawals when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. I cross the oceans using my very last breath of life. Your waves will keep me floating, carry me through the night. But I'm going through withdrawals when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. It looks a lot like you when I walk into the room. My mind is so confused, yeah, why am I so confused? I try to find a view that's a different shade of hue, but my heart is always blue, yeah. Give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now.
He's coming, leave any doubts at the door. Only good times. Let the DJ take us on a tour. A little disco and maybe some classic soul. Once we get started, you will be wanting more and more. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. Drenched in sweat, I'm feeling too good to stop. She keeps moving, and I do my best to keep up. Out of body experience, as if we on the move. Said two figures dancing, I can see the move and connect. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with.
But I maybe Tuesday I'll send them some.
Don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you leave me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is lost in the escape right now. I crossed the oceans using my very last breath of life. Your waves will keep me floating, carry me through the night. But I'm going through withdrawals when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you leave me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. Looks a lot like you when I walk into the room. My mind is so confused, yeah, why am I so confused? I try to find a view that's a different shade of hue, but my heart is always blue, yeah. Give you everything, but you leave me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now.
So welcome back for our live coverage of the arrival into the channel, and the whole channel of Guirec Soudée finished in 23rd place this morning in a time of 89 days, 20 hours, 16 minutes and 20 seconds. So I'm joined by Pamela Lee. What do you think of Guirec's race and his finish then, Pam?
Well, it's incredible when you just think how long he's been at sea. 3 months now. It's amazing. But we know this guy is no stranger to being out there on his own. His race is really impressive. He's someone who's kind of come from that adventure category of the Vendée. I mean, he's pulled off a really incredible race on the competitive side, I think, too, for the Daggerboard fleet. So it's really nice to see that he's kind of pulled both strands together. And yeah, really exciting.
He's shown all the attributes that we expected of him. He's an adventurer who's achieved so much since he left home at the age of 18, going to Australia with only €200 when he landed in Australia as an 18-year-old. He's achieved so much since then. He's had over 500 days at sea, going around the world, going through the Northwest Passage. He's rowed the Atlantic twice, and so I don't think there was ever any doubt, Pam, that he could achieve this race. But the way he's achieved it really has been very, very impressive.
Yeah, I have to agree. As you said, no doubt he's a tough guy. He's out there for the adventure, and he's probably been through tougher stuff than this. I imagine it'd be interesting to hear his point of view. But to me, it sounds like it's really the first time that he's done it in this kind of competitive, that extra element. I think can be tough for the mental side of things as well. So it'll be interesting to get his take when he gets ashore, if that changed things for him.
No, I think we learned that kind of over the course of his race, but he's found it quite tough mentally in terms of the competition, because he's had to try to stay up with the main group of Daggerboard boats, and he's had so many little technical problems over the course of his race that's held him back, and I think he's found that quite frustrating, which is so very different to being an adventurer, going out on your own and just having to be totally self-reliant, but having no particular time schedule.
Yeah, exactly. I think he spent a long time sewing his spinnaker back together as well before the calm of the Cape Verdes. I've done that myself, and it's not.
Of course, yeah. That's why we have you here. But yeah, I mean, I think 5 days sewing the spinnaker together, so you have something in common.
Yeah. It's tedious and painful work, especially when you know those behind you are catching up. And you just want to get that sail back in the air, and if you know the calms are coming too, there's that time pressure on it too. And then you put it up finally, and you're like, please stay together.
That was very early in his race, but also had numerous sail problems. He's finished without two of his main head sails. But just now it's really about celebration, about the release of finishing his race, and it's by the people of Les Sables of the Vendée region, indeed the visitors who we know are in for the weekend. We've got 4 boats coming into channel on Monday, including Violette d'Orange, who is going to be an absolutely massive finish. We know that they're already closing roads, they're going to be making plans for the biggest finishes, certainly of this Vendée Globe, and indeed in the history of the race, with the youngest skipper. But today really belongs to Guirec, and he's going to have the whole day to himself. He had a 6th place in his 2nd ever IMOCA solo race, racing up to the Arctic on the Arctic race. And since then, he's been pretty consistent across the IMOCA races. But when you consider, Pam, that he only started 4 years ago, it's very impressive.
Yeah, it really is. I was looking at that. It was 2021 when he bought the boat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then just straight into it. And as you said, doing well from the start in that Arctic. That race was really tough. I remember quite a few out at the same time as the Round Ireland, and I think it was a really tough race. So I think that endurance side has probably stuck to him, at least. And then I guess he's in a really good position with the boat he got from Benjamin de Trola there. And I know at the start when he first had the boat, he worked with Benjamin and his team. So I think there must have been a really nice handover there, which was probably a really important factor to getting him on the road quickly to competing.
But it's a pretty famous Far Design boat, built in the UK in Cowes by Offshore Challenges. It went on to be the boat on which Alex Thompson finished 3rd in the Vendée Globe, and then, as Pam said, more recently raced with Benjamin de Trola. So it's always been a well-maintained, well-optimised boat, and he obviously Guirec started off working with Roland Jourdain did the Transat Jacques Vabre with Bilou. And of course, it's also the boat that Bilou won the Route de Rome on. So it's got a long and storied history. But you kind of wonder, what's he going to do next?
Yeah, I wonder if the racing bug has really bitten him, and he'll, want to keep going more competitive, go faster. He'll move on to some other mad, insane adventure. It'd be interesting to see.
But I think he's enjoyed the camaraderie, the solidarity amongst certainly the Daggerboard group have been very, very mutually supportive. And I think he's enjoyed that. He's enjoyed the competition and found it, as I say, a little bit frustrating when he's had his technical problems. He remember he had to stop the Wheeling Islands mast and replace his, I think he had a hook problem, and he had to fix that. But as he says, his maxim is the adventure only begins when the problems begin, which is a kind of take on the Michel Desjardins, the Vendée Globe is a race on which every day brings its own problems.
It's just incredible to see the crowds out. I mean, it's early enough on a Saturday morning here, a little bit rainy, a little bit grey, and still the crowds are out in force. It's just incredible.
And again, you see the crowds moving towards our race village. He will be welcomed by the public in our race village. And as you say, Pam, it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say. But his adventures have gone on since he was 18. He did over 500 days at sea, set off to sail around the world, but he sailed in the ice of the Antarctic and the Arctic, mainly in the Arctic. And he set off initially, and he's most famous for sailing around the world with this chicken, Monique, which he actually picked up as a present in Tenerife. He was working in Tenerife at the time, and he was gifted this chicken, and rather than leave it behind, he took it on his travels for the next 4 years.
Yeah, and I believe he's in his rounds of the globe, he's done the Northwest Passage, which is a really a formidable piece of water and ice, and spent he got blocked in at the ice in Greenland, I believe, with Monique.
For 130 days. And it just always begs the question how Monique survived. He obviously had enough food, but Monique, I can assure you, has gone to the chicken heaven.
She lived a unique life anyway.
She did.
But I mean, I think it just speaks for the kind of mythical, legendary aura that the Vendée Globe has, because here we have a guy who's done these incredible challenges, the Northwest Challenge, being knocked in Greenland, things that are, well, you start thinking of Ernest Shackleton legends, and he still wants to come here
and do the Vendée Globe.
Yeah.
And he's succeeded. And I think, to a certain extent, there has to be some reflection on the IMOCA Globe series, which is he's obviously done enough events to qualify, and he's done them generally fairly well on this boat. He's finished in the 20s mostly in the IMOCA Globe series races, but it means that he's arrived, he's prepared for the race, and the boat is prepared for the race. And I think perhaps if you look back to previous editions, if he came in as an adventurer, there's much less guarantee that he would have the skills and the boat to finish.
Yeah, that's a good point, because it's one thing about qualifying and having the budget and having the sponsors to get there at the start, but and absolutely another thing to arrive at the finish, like all of these big races.
Indeed, but I mean, that's one of the things that we're seeing on this race. We've got a very relatively low attrition rate. We've only had, I think, 7 boats retired now or abandoned now, and he's finishing in 23rd, so just below halfway in the 40-boat fleet, with the record-sized fleet which started back on the 10th of November. But this is a new experience for him, and time to enjoy the arrival back in the channel. As Pam said, so many thousands of people have turned out once again. A lot have come down from Brittany. He lives in the very north to west tip of Brittany, grew up on a little island there, and he bought this 10.5 meter steel boat, which he then set off around the world with, I think, with no particular route planned. But in fact, he did most of the Atlantic to the Pacific, and then came back up from Cape Horn all the way up into the Caribbean, and then back home to Brittany.
Yeah, so Brittany exploring and sailing in the blood.
Exactly.
I see all the Breton flags there now.
That's something a little bit different. We haven't seen as many of them.
Flags.
No, not in the finishes. So that tells you something. I think they're super proud of him. And actually, look at this. Look at the size of the crowds.
Yeah. We had some really interesting tactical moments throughout the race as well. I think Storm at the Falklands there, he had been lying in 28 in the back, and I remember a few of us were chatting and looking at the tracker, and the kind of comment was like, "Oh wow, Guirec's doing something interesting.
He's doing
there."
something different.
Yeah, and he had climbed back up, and he back up to 23rd and quite a few places. So again, it's just that interesting to see the mix between the adventurer and the competitor within him coming out. And the Vendée Globe, I think, is one of the few races in the world where you can really mix the two things.
Of course, he did the two transatlantics earlier on this year as qualifying the Transat CIC, which he finished 17th, and he did the Tuna La Basse as well as the Transat Jacques Vabre at the back end of last year. So he's built up his ocean racing miles in preparation for this race, and I think that has been evident over the course of the race. We've seen generally he's been pretty competitive alongside Benjamin Ferry and the other Daggerboard boats. He's been close with Conrad Coleman at different points in the race.
Yeah, and Conrad's a guy who has a lot of experience, a lot of racing experience. A lot of experience on his boat. A good boat, Conrad, as well. There's been a really nice battle between the Daggerboard boats the whole way through. It's good
It's
to see
finishing-
that section of the fleet still
Finishing super close in the end. It did, but I say just these little technical problems have held Guirec back. But he as much as anyone, I think his record during the race was seeing 72 knots. He certainly was in quite a few big storms in the Southern Ocean. Didn't back off. He was always one of the boats which was skippers who was relatively happy to go a little bit further south and sail a more direct, shorter route.
And I think the fact that he's had these little, quite a few technical problems, and then, as you say, happy to push it to the push it a little bit further in the south. I think that kind of shows a technical confidence by him as well. He obviously knows his boat work, knows his boats, and feels confident enough to be able to repair stuff when it goes wrong, which is a hugely important part of being a skipper in these races as well.
Absolutely. I think that was his toughest time was when he had to stop at the Kerguelens. It was pretty much at the same time as Antoine Cornic was having problems when there was a lot of big storms in the south. However, that's all behind him now.
Yeah.
He will reflect on his race, and no doubt he'll tell us all about it when he comes ashore. He's got a big welcome waiting on the pontoon, and in the race village. So we'd not time just before the Kerguelens, and in 50-60 knots, and he damaged his head sail, tore off his J2 completely, so finished without a J2, and it headed into the Kerguelens. We had to left then and change his position. So if you consider then that he was way behind some of the boats he then caught up with a big catch up after that. Went round Cape Horn in 24th position, less than 3 miles from Conrad Coleman, who was up with Louis Duc and Sebastien Marseille, who are all behind him now. So as Pam was saying, a good reflection on the way he sailed strategically in the South Atlantic. Certainly had a strong team behind them when he first started out in the Moccas, say with Boulou, with Roland Courban, with Sebastian Odigan was his co-skipper for a long time.
Yeah, and that's so important, I think, when moving into a new class even, or moving up and around. I mean, that's how we learn on these boats. There's no direct school. You learn from the people around you. You learn from sailing against your competitors, from sailing with them, from having people on board. And he's obviously really gone about this the right way.
Indeed. I mean, I think with Bilou, as they won the Route de Rome with this boat when it was Fioria. And so doing a Transat Jacques Vabre with him originally was a perfect learning opportunity. And then sailing the boat solo after that. So I think the loneliness has never been a problem on this race. And self-reliance, well, we know he's got that, but it's developed his over the last 4 years or so. It's going to be interesting to see whether he carries on in the Mocha, whether he stands on in the time on land.
I guess at least when you're used to being alone and that hardship, that's kind of one aspect of it. You've one aspect of the work you've done in particular. So it's probably allowed him to really just focus on getting stuck into the IMOCA, getting to know his boat, and putting the racing part in place. Whereas someone else coming in who hadn't already that experience of the hardship and the loneliness would have that on top of it to deal with.
Indeed, it's been fascinating to watch all the different, to watch and experience all the different skippers and how they've dealt with it. Some have been in their bubble. I mean, particularly with Guirec, to now be racing with the internet, which is always on, is something completely different to when you've been 130 days in the ice of the Greenland with very limited comms. I know he rode the Atlantic twice, there and back. And at one point he capsized his boat. He was inside the boat for a long time. He lost all his comms, and then he managed to right the boat. Still had no comms, and he only, when a cargo ship passed, he managed to call him in the VHF, and they communicated with land and said he was still in one piece, and he went on and finished the row back to Brittany. So he is the very epitome of a tough character.
He's certainly got a few stories now.
And he's only 34, isn't he, or 33?
Yeah, he had his birthday
2nd of January, I think. And he's got two little kids who I'd imagine are waiting on the dock or somewhere not too far away. They're coming in pretty early on the tide by the looks of things.
Yeah, I think it was really on the limit. They came straight in at 10:30.
And I think it was nice for him in the end. He ended up. We've had this high pressure system sitting over Europe, which has meant he's had easterly and, in particular, slightly north of easterly breezes. So he's had to come all the way up to the tip of Britain, to the latitude of Brest, to get a ley line into Les Sables d'Olonne.
Oh.
And that's been it's been a little bit of a bonus in some respects because he sailed past where he lived.
I was going to say waving in.
Yeah. And, in a little bit the same situation as Charlie Dallin and Johan Richomme had in particular, and then Sebastian Simon, and that was fully, I think, like 25 days ago, something like that. It's getting on for a month. It's a completely different race.
We were talking about that just last night, thinking the difference in the time is just incredible. Almost a month difference between the first and today, and there's still boats coming in.
Indeed. I mean, that's not really a massive difference in terms of time differential, I don't think. And then we're expecting Diddy Van Voort, the Belgian skipper, we're expecting in the last day of the month. But that's really not massively different to what we would normally expect on this race. So yeah, Guirec arrived this morning at 8:18 UTC. His time for the race is 89 days, 20 hours, almost just under 4 hours short of 90 days. He's 25 days and 53 minutes behind Charlie Dallin, and 3 days behind the preceding skipper, who would be, of course, our Italian skipper, Giancarlo Padotti. For 3 months.
Yeah, the little Breton stripes on his hood as well. They can see their daddy.
And this is what we're promised, the Breton sea shanties sung by his extended family and friends on the pontoon, which is a lovely variation from what the other musical accompaniments for the arrivals.
Really nice to see that Breton culture there today.
It's a little bit different from Guns N' Roses and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. And the Breton culture is really much like Ireland.
Looking at every bit of self-reliance from the world, looking to every adventure.
Yeah, and the kids look young, so we don't know if we would have had kids to miss on the last adventure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm imagine this certainly added an extra.
And he's got the lady out there. Oh Lord, it's so amazing. Maybe it could be the most emotional moments of all these when it was sitting on the phone and looking at this kid and you wonder why and how we go away, but I'm going to look into Vendée Globe on the 23rd in the Vendée Globe.
Oh, and here comes the champagne. One of the best moments. Father.
And the mayor of Les Sables will Guirec Soudée.
Team greeting him. Of course, it's such a big moment for the team as well. Like, they've invested so much into the project and stuff.
And they follow every minute all the way down for 90 days.
invest so much in the preparation. They have so much responsibility for every little thing, every part of the boat. And so it's a triumph for them and a moment of relief for them when they see their skipper come home.
Yeah, they can turn the WhatsApp off on you. Hey. This is the moment I think you're imagining in those times of difficulty.
I think certainly the finish line is what you imagine. This is the cherry on the cake, the bonus moment. But it's all the skippers say the same thing, from 2 weeks out or 2.5 weeks out, that they start to think of the finish line. And there's Billy there actually in the companionway. Triumph for him and his project management team there. Jack Carey's there, the assistant race director of the last race.
Sympa de vous voir tous là.
Bravo Guy.
Ouais, très bien, ça fait plaisir, bravo.
All his team.
Yes. Guirec. Ouais. Ah oui quand même. Ça va?
The never ending hugs, I think.
I think it's great for the skipper, but I think as much as anything, it just solidifies the welcome.
Ah mais c'était fou quoi, je m'attendais pas à avoir autant de monde quoi. Je suis hyper reconnaissant quoi, de toutes ces personnes qui sont venues. Franchement, je n'en demandais pas autant. Et après tant de semaines, de mois de solitude, de voir autant de monde d'un coup, ça fait bizarre là quand même. Mais ouais, c'était une ambiance de taré, c'est des moments comme le départ.
But like you said, although he's been around before and he's used to the solitude, it was crazy and intense.
Moi j'ai fait en sorte d'arriver un jour où il n'y avait pas trop de monde, tu vois.
To share this against the competitors, and he's tried to play to wrestle and compete against the others just until the end.
Tu as passé quand même beaucoup de temps tout seul, c'était pas forcément ce que tu étais venu chercher parce que ça tu connais.
Tell us about your race. You've already spent plenty of time alone, but it's a bit different when you're racing.
Alors c'est vrai que j'ai passé beaucoup de temps tout seul, mais
It's true, I've been alone a lot.
j'ai parfois pas vu de bateau pendant très longtemps. Tu vois, le dernier bateau que j'ai vu à vue, c'était juste après les Malouines. Donc
And for many companies race, I didn't see boats for quite a long time.
Et écoute, après, cette mettait aussi un petit peu moins de pression, ça m'a permis de me reconcentrer un peu, tu vois, sur d'autres choses et de pouvoir profiter un peu plus. Et c'est vrai que dans le Grand Sud, les bateaux, ils étaient côte à côte, on était souvent dans le match. Et c'était trop chouette. Et après, j'ai eu des petits soucis, donc il y a des moments où j'ai pris un peu de retard, j'arrivais à revenir quand même. Et surtout, je suis tellement fier de toute mon équipe, du travail incroyable qu'ils ont réussi à faire et de la résistance de ce bateau. C'est vraiment un coffre-fort. J'ai vraiment pris cher quand même. J'ai pris des... Parce que j'ai entendu... Ouais. Premier prix de la tempête apparemment, quoi, tu vois. J'ai pris 72 nœuds après les carguels et les tout, en creux, au moins facile. Et j'ai vraiment eu du gros temps. Après, c'est quelque chose tu vois, que j'avais déjà rencontré auparavant. Mais c'est vrai que c'était impressionnant parce que ce bateau, en fait, il est inarrêtable. Quoi. Il y a des moments où je voulais le ralentir et en fait, juste il partait, il décollait, il était tellement bien. Quoi. Et donc, il y a des moments, j'étais un peu flippé parce que je sentais que ça sautait, ça retombait. Et tu te demandes un peu comment ça va finir la fin de l'histoire. Au final, on est là et bateau incroyable, super aventure. Bon, le seul bémol, c'est que Pépin, il est resté un peu trop souvent devant. Quoi. Et il voulait pas m'attendre quoi. Et au moment où il s'arrêtait, j'étais bon bah c'est bon, je me rapprochais, hop il repartait.
Oh, and he's talking about the battle of the race there, trying to slowly catch up with the others. He's almost caught up with one and then they're sneaking away. You know, back as you said, so it seems like it's really important.
Les moments les plus compliqués, c'était peut-être dans le golfe de Gascogne à l'arrivée là.
J'avais
une mer croisée, j'avais entre 30 et 40 nœuds et le bateau là, en plus c'est la fin, tu sais qu'il est fatigué et là ça tapait, et en plus t'as envie d'arriver, tu vois, et là c'était vraiment pas confortable. Et puis non, mais sinon c'était vraiment un kiff de se dire que j'ai fait le tour du monde en moins de 3 mois, d'arriver à tenir des moyennes comme ça, je n'étais pas habitué auparavant, j'ai beaucoup navigué, j'ai passé du temps sur l'eau, mais sur des allures beaucoup plus lentes quoi. Et c'est cool de pouvoir faire des 1000 et d'être dans le match surtout, tu vois, parce que c'est sûr que par rapport aux autres, j'ai pas énormément d'expérience, mais au final ça l'a fait quand même quoi, ça l'a fait, et donc je suis trop content quoi. Et il y en a encore derrière, ouais carrément, il y en a derrière un petit peu. Et c'est pour ça que tu vois, je savais que j'avais pas trop de pression. Et,
I didn't have too
et
much
hier,
pressure
j'ai voulu
because
faire un petit détour par la Bretagne. Je me suis dit quand même, les sables c'est sympa, mais chez moi c'est la
it was
Bretagne.
nice.
Donc j'ai fait un
It was
petit
nice.
détour,
He
j'ai
says
fait les deux
yesterday,
sables.
yeah, he got to do
Et
the
puis
tour
après,
by Brittany.
j'ai refait
Les
route
Sables
vers
was
les
nice.
Sables.
It was nice to pass by its homeland
Ouais, bah, c'est
and
gentil,
finish
merci.
there before getting in.
Ça Marie? Bravo. Ouais, merci.
Right, so it really sounds like he enjoyed the competition there, and as he said, he's used to being on his own, but he really enjoyed the opportunity to battle back in with the other competitors, catching up, moving. So thank you everyone. And the main point that really came across there was that we really had some tough conditions. He was saying 11-meter seas,
72 knots.
72 knots, and he was just saying this boat is incredible. This boat is strong and incredible. So he clearly had faith in the boat, and he's really come out the other side really happy with that. And I think that really speaks
Franchement, j'étais
well.
tout seul en mer, mais cette aventure elle a été possible grâce à vous tous. Et
This venture has
ça,
been
faut pas
possible
l'oublier.
thanks to all of you. A big thank you to all the fans, all the family, and all of the team. And the singing again. This thank you. I think it'd be a good party tonight.
I would imagine so. I think it started. It's lovely, isn't it, just to see a different complexion, all the crowd of Bretons coming down to the south that belong to the Vendée region en masse and celebrating the finish of Guirec Soudée. He is obviously, as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, a household name now in France. He's written 3 books, he's been on many different TV stations all around the world for his exploits. And this is the next one
Yeah.
in his series.
And I'm still thinking now, all those adventures he's done before, and yet still the conditions he experienced in the Vendée there just seems to really hit home. He said it was at times just unbelievable.
For sure, you're always wondering how you relate the previous adventures with the previous crisis. As I say, he capsized his boat when he was rowing. He was capsized and he had to right it himself. And what it must have done to his mind is also trapped in he had to be trapped inside the cabin through big storms before. It's a much smaller, more fragile boat. How you take these experiences forward into the Vendée Globe racing in a Mocha 60, I think is fascinating. But he's certainly one of the legends of this race.
Absolutely. On that boat now too, you just think that the miles that boat has done, and it's still looking in pretty good shape.
Trying to work out how many times it's been around the world, but it went round this with Benjamin Dutroux before. It did the Vendée, or started the Vendée Globe with Koji Kojiro Shiraishi, a Spirit of Yuko, but unfortunately had to stop into a Cape Town run. It went round as a Neutrogena in the Barcelona World Race with Guillermo Altadil in the 2014 race, and in the 2012-13 race, so finished in 3rd place with Alex Thompson as a Hugo Boss. And then before that it was Viola, which won the Route de Rome. And actually Alex and Guillermo finished, I think, 2nd or 3rd in the Transat Jacques Vabre on that boat. But the boat was originally built as a Straya Dam in Cowes by Offshore Challenges, and then raced as BT in the Vendée Globe with the Sebastian Josse in the 2008-2009 race. But unfortunately Seb had to retire into New Zealand.
That's incredible, Michael Bond. Kids have warmed up a bit. They recognise Dad again now.
I think I'll not be letting him go now. It's always that culture shock, isn't it? That's what the skippers talk about. He's in Jackie O'Dell, West France, one of the leading journalists
Ouais, je me suis, bah ouais, je me suis coupé les cheveux là après l'équateur, mais je me suis fait me raser. J'avais les cheveux longs, et du coup j'ai mis en fait tout pour raser. Enfin, pour me couper les cheveux, sauf que j'ai oublié de mettre mon sabot, et du coup ça a fait hyper
It's
fort.
unfortunately not easy to hear what he's saying. The singing.
I can't quite try and translate the singing either. I
You
think it
would
might be
know.
a Imber song, the local Celtic language of Brittany. It's a bit like Irish, but
But it's a little bit like Gaelic or
yeah,
Celtic culture. They're super proud of it, and it still prevails in the extreme areas or the extremities of Brittany.
Il y a eu du match, tu vois, il y a des moments où ça partait devant.
he's talking again about the match, the competition between himself and the other race and the other competitors.
Il y a eu, tu vois, le plongeon là au Cap Horn où là,
It's like Cape Horn.
pas du tout quoi.
Swim, to dive as they
Il faut
keep
réagir
on
tout de suite et de toute façon,
to rescue sail, which
il
is
n'y a
around
pas
the
trop
keel.
de solution, enfin moi parce que j'en ai pas trouvé d'autre. Donc bah là, tu réfléchis
I
pas,
couldn't really find another solution. He said there's no option but
c'est
to.
vrai que plonger au Cap Horn dans une eau à 5 degrés,
Right.
tu
So
sais que c'est risqué quand même parce que tu sais que
he knows it was a risky option diving Cape Horn, but at that time he couldn't see any other option to get that sail off.
7 cumulés quoi.
But another adventure that another challenge that he managed to overcome, which kept him in the race.
It's kind of when you think about like even physically the weight of those sails once they go in the water.
If you just look across the whole, the skippers had lost sails in the water, some to cut them free. But, I think it was Sandy Child in particular who rescued his. Yeah, he's left over.
Est-ce que ça a été à la hauteur de tes espérances et est-ce que tu t'attendais aussi à autant de mésaventures et autant de galères?
En fait, je m'attendais à beaucoup plus de galères, c'est ça, voilà la vérité. Et toi, dans le golfe de Gascogne, en fait, quand Cali il a dématé, là, ça m'a mis un petit coup dans le dos, là, un petit coup de froid, j'ai dit, pour arriver ça. Et dans le golfe, j'ai trouvé tellement cher. Quand il y a mon pro qui est tombé à l'eau, le hook qui a pété, j'ai dit, bon, ok, c'est pas grave. Et je me dis, si c'est que ça, en fait, je croyais pas que j'allais avoir que ça comme souci avant mon arrivée, quoi, vraiment. Et au final, si, et j'en reviens pas, quoi, parce que moi, en fait, j'ai toujours des grosses galères, quoi. Toujours des galères, mais en fait, c'est ce que je vais chercher. Et je vais toujours à m'en sortir. Et je savais, franchement, je m'attendais à bien pire que ça. Quoique cette nuit, c'était un peu chaud avec certains cargos et des bateaux de pêche, là. J'ai manœuvré comme j'ai manœuvré, quoi. Voilà, donc il était hyper vigilant. Mais ouais, non, c'était vraiment une chouette aventure. Il y a eu des moments moins rigolos. Et tu vois, dans les moments un peu durs, je repensais à la traversée à la rame et je suis tellement à milieu de ce que j'ai vécu, quoi. Et puis tout d'un coup, boum, ça repartait, quoi. Tu vois, donc, et c'est, je pense, la seule aventure où j'ai pas perdu pour moi.
Find the motivation to keep pushing in those hard moments, to keep working.
Et là, je pense que j'avais perdu quelques kilos. Et après, dans le Pacifique Atlantique, c'était quand même assez cool. Et là, j'ai fait que bouffer.
Et t'as manqué un petit peu de nourriture à la fin,
bah, en fait, j'avais plus de sucré, tu vois, j'avais plus de chocolat, plus de gâteau, plus de pistaches de
sweet
plusieurs
food
semaines.
and
Et en fait, j'ai mangé
in the end of it ran out of breakfast foods. So I think he was
après,
starting
il
to run out
restait
of
quand même un
food
petit peu là,
generally.
mais c'est vrai que je suis content, là, on m'a apporté des croissants, on m'a apporté une petite...
He said he's happy to be having a croissant. Maybe a pan of chocolate.
107 jours, ouais.
107,
Sure, that was brought out to
90, ça fait tout le tour.
Ouais, j'ai fait tout le tour en 80, mais c'est hallucinant, c'est hallucinant. Donc maintenant que j'ai bien repéré, bah, j'aimerais bien faire le même, mais à l'envers, quoi. Donc là, j'ai comme projet de repartir cette année pour faire le tour du monde à l'envers en ultime.
Ah, cette année,
ouais.
Okay, so he'd really like to do the
Écoute, on va voir, là, on est en discussion sur plusieurs bateaux, là.
we have an objective potentially to do the same route but in reverse.
Non, mais après, ce qui est bien avec ces bateaux-là, c'est que en solo, de partir
En solo.
en record, ça me fait plaisir de faire
It's a record, in fact. So we've got a little insight into the potential next adventure here.
Et c'est vrai de me dire que
Here we have a picture of Bob. That's a picture of him when he.
on des mers comme ça me fait rêver, quoi.
So it's interesting because that kind of reflects what he did in his rowing adventure. He rowed across the Atlantic. He made the decision that he would row back. And I think he arrived in February and March in his rowing adventure, and then left from Nova Scotia in the June.
Tu cherchais la vraie solitude? Pourquoi est-ce que t'as pas voulu
Alors j'ai pas voulu pour plusieurs raisons. La première c'est qu'on s'y est pris un peu tard. La deuxième c'est qu'en effet je voulais pas être reconnecté.
Maybe I'll find the successor to my meet for the return
Voilà,
and
Yeah.
go round the
les
world the other way.
depuis plusieurs mois, ça m'intéresse. Enfin, j'ai de la chance, j'ai des gens qui gèrent ça pour moi, mais moi ça m'intéresse pas du tout quoi.
Well, okay, so he's
Donc,
talking about, they asked him,
tu vois, les petits en
you
mer,
know,
les
did you
petits,
find the
Et
solitude
au final,
he
je
was
pense que
looking
c'était
for?
un
Was he
regret de
really
ne pas
searching
avoir
for solitude
Starlink parce que
for these adventures? And how was it being out there and connected to social media? He's saying he
et puis,
finds
au
it
final,
quite
je
hard
me suis retrouvé
with the social media. It's not really his thing.
très mal quoi.
But he see, he wants to be
Par les
alone,
hommes.
he has someone
Et en
else
fait,
really
ça,
working
enfin,
on
ouais, ce qui était génial, c'est que je pouvais appeler les petits en visio, et ça fonctionnait plutôt bien dans l'ensemble quoi. Mais ce que j'aime, c'est vrai que c'est la déconnexion quoi. Donc tu vois, enfin, il y a de la RAM.
So you think he likes to deconnect, he likes to be disconnected, and I'm not sure that he loved the connection with us
Bah ouais, non, mais c'est clair.
during the video conferences and the lives, but he certainly communicated well over the course of his race.
Yeah, and it's really a big a pressure on the skippers and the teams in this sort of race. You know, you have to communicate and you have to feed back. It's not
Deliver,
always
you still
easy.
have to deliver for your sponsor.
Yeah, absolutely.
C'est tellement bon de les retrouver quoi. Mais non, super aventure et
Incredible
surtout,
adventure.
un grand merci à tous mes partenaires qui ont eu confiance en moi parce que c'était il fallait oser miser sur moi, tu vois. Parce que ok, j'ai un profil aventurier, ok machin, mais là le côté régatier, j'ai dû tout apprendre, tu vois. Il y a tellement d'autres profils qui sont tellement bien meilleurs
Yeah,
que moi.
that's what you're saying.
Qui
He's
auraient
already
pu
done
être
big
à ma place.
adventures on the side of Rick Gana, on the side of Rick everything.
Bien sûr, ouais. Ah bah ouais, heureusement. Mais c'était pas...
l'apprentissage de la vraie régate en Inota, quoi.
Ouais, mais
Yeah,
je me souvenir qu'il y a 3 ans, ma première course, c'était la Vendée Globe, c'était la première course de ma vie. J'avais navigué 10 fois sur le bateau, quoi, tu vois. Et au final, le bateau, enfin voilà, je le connais super bien, mais ça,
His
j'ai tellement
first
appris,
race on this boat was the first race of his life. Because we really did just start racing.
Bon, c'est normal, quoi.
3 years ago, 25
Pardon,
months.
juste une dernière question. Tu avais fait un tour du monde qui avait duré presque 5 ans. Là, tu l'as fait en 90 jours. J'imagine que c'est pas du tout les mêmes ressentis, pas du tout la même expérience.
Non, en effet, c'est pas du tout la même, c'était pas du tout le même type d'aventure. Après, ce que j'ai vachement aimé sur le coup pour le Vendée Globe, c'est que c'est une course sans escale, sans assistance, on est d'accord. Mais j'ai eu la chance de voir quand même quelques endroits. En fait, tu vois, les Kerguelen, quand je m'arrête au Kerguelen, enfin je m'arrête pas, je me mets à l'abri des Kerguelen.
Incredible to see the Kerguelen
C'est qu'il faut que je prenne le là. Mais potentiellement, j'aurais pu le faire plus tard. Enfin, après, j'avais un coup de vent, j'étais moyennement rassuré, mais j'étais content pour les Kerguelen en fait. Et je m'en foutais de perdre un peu de terrain. Et du coup, bah, tu vois, je m'arrête au Kerguelen, j'arrive à avoir le Cap-Horn, tu vois, l'île de Trinidad, je passe pas loin de Fernando, enfin, tu vois, c'était génial. Donc j'ai pu faire un peu de tourisme.
going in there, most of the islands, scenes he's never seen before, and sees a lot of haven't seen. So even though he's been around before, it's still provided really unique experiences.
Ça pêche là? Ça va mec? Tu vas être avec papa ou pas?
Tu t'es coupé les cheveux en mer ou quoi?
Ouais, ça se voit?
Talking about his haircut.
Yeah. Managed to do
There's
yourself.
Benjamin Ferry there.
Elle m'a raconté l'école et tout. C'est qui tes copains à l'école?
They're good friends and raced quite closely at different points during the race.
Bravo. C'était magnifique en tout
Ça va, Yoda, ça pêche? Ça va bien.
Je veux juste embrasser une petite fan.
Ça va, Louise?
Voilà.
Ah ouais, carrément.
Je te dis bravo.
More fans coming to see.
Ouais, et bah vas-y. Tu sens le Fennec ou pas? Bah ouais, carrément.
Some little kids getting to have a look at the boat.
Ah bah, j'ai le bateau. T'as dit quoi ou quoi?
I don't think they're doing a tour quite yet.
Yeah, I was just
Maybe
thinking
tomorrow, but
Maybe later.
it's so lovely to see all these fans down from Britain.
Et tu m'as dit que tu voulais me serrer dans tes
Must be.
Ouais, carrément.
Attends,
Merci.
trop fort, trop fier.
So it's interesting that we've got a little insight into what might be next in his plan.
Indeed, he's clearly been thinking about what's possible, and there are a few skippers with different ideas from different boats for doing that challenge, going round the
Wrong way.
the wrong way.
Il disait qu'il lui montrait ce qu'elle avait fait pour son papa. Guirec champion, c'est écrit. T'as vu?
Guirec's the champion.
Ça va?
See the crowds up on the.
Stephanie Ruccio, their chief operating officer for the race, who's in charge on the pontoon.
On fait une photo équipe là? Ouais. Dans le vélo, toi tu fais comme d'hab, tu gardes les pare-balles.
Si vous pouvez la faire juste un peu plus là-bas.
Ah, mais tu veux la faire sur le bateau?
Seems like, you know, even though you've been alone at sea for all that time, I guess you're in contact with your team the whole time, and then, you know, when you see them again, all meld back into working the same way.
Indeed, but what's I think for so many people, when you go on the dock, the physical contact really just confirms that the skipper is back safe and sound. And it's important.
Les mecs qui ont pris ta tête, c'est excellent.
It's a lovely, very personal welcome, I think.
Yeah.
Has characterised Guirec's arrival. Shows you the level of support we have from home.
Again, it just really marks for me, you know, you're like someone who's already achieved laps of the world, already achieved incredible things, and still, it's so clear that just finishing this Vendée Globe is still recognised as a massive achievement, and how important that is for sailors and the public and for the audience. No one takes it lightly, and everyone appreciates that. It's incredible.
It's never a given. It's never a given. No matter what you do, no matter how you prepare, no matter what you're about to do,
and when you start, you have no idea what's going to happen.
Indeed. But undoubtedly, this has been a very different edition with 40 starters. There's been much more solidarity, much more contact between skippers over the course of the race. Very often sailing in sight. Different, you can remember different pairs that have raced alongside each other. And you think of the Benjamin Ferry and Tonga Turkey, who were no more than 20 miles apart for so long. And Guirec was always just trying to get back out into that group after his technical problems in stopping in with the Regulans, and then again in the South Atlantic, and they did catch up nicely in the South Atlantic. And not seen him for 89 days, 90 days probably now, in the 88 days. Coco! Normally now Guirec will come up the gangplank and join the public on the stage. So the race fleet is starting to come out now of the pontoons. Boats have to remain on the dock for 2 weeks officially, and then they can be delivered back to their home ports.
And that, you know, that's another thing. Is you have the excitement of arriving back in Les Sables, and then a lot of these boats, like, you know, Guirec is an exceptional example, but I imagine the party when he shows back up in Brittany
will be even bigger. Yeah.
Boat there. That's another reason for celebration, the real homecoming.
Indeed, we've seen that in particular with Charlie Dallan going back to Concarneau, and with Johan Riesham going back to Lorient. And they've all had
Tanguy Le Turquin will have a big party on Monday. I think so I can imagine the Breton party. really gives you butterflies when you
see it.
butterflies and ambition when you watch these guys coming.
Yeah.
What they've achieved.
Et bravo.
Bah merci Yann.
J'avais pas peur.
Par rapport à ce que t'as dit, je trouve pas grand chose. C'est à cause de toi si j'en suis là.
Ah, super. Bravo.
T'es là ce soir?
Oui.
Genuinely congratulations.
Toujours là pour les bons rendez-vous. Ça va, Jeanne? Tu vas bien?
Bon bah cool, bon on se voit tout à l'heure.
Oui.
Oui, non, là. Je sais pas du tout dans le champ.
C'est la cerise, ça. Ouais, bien sûr.
Bravo, Guirec! Du tout!
My face is sort of smiling. That's one thing.
I just love that somebody come down from Brittany with their shorts on.
Oh yeah, it's warm in this. Cheers.
It's happening. Near the Caribbean.
Allez, Guirec. Guirec. Guirec.
Allez, Guirec.
Allez, Guirec. Allez, Guirec.
Allez mon coco.
Really an opportunity just to put up now. I think finally thinking in that
He's back in Dryland. Officially in Dryland, off the frontier. So pretty big crowd there waiting for him. He will join them on the public stage in just a few seconds. It's nice to reflect that, again, because of the size of the fleet, we've had multiple boats coming into the channel on the one day. We've had Control, it's lovely that hopefully the focal point for the day.
Bonjour Guirec. Allez, du bruit, du bruit, du bruit.
on the Britain flag.
Voilà. Alors Guirec, avant de te laisser la parole, j'accueille également sur scène Lionel Parisé, conseiller municipal en charge du Vendée Globe pour la commune des Sables d'Olonne, et Bérangère Soulard, vice-présidente du conseil départemental de la Vendée en charge des sports. Et Bérangère, je sais que vous avez un mot pour notre skipper du jour, Guirec Soudée.
Alors d'abord, je voudrais tous vous saluer, en particulier la Vendée est très heureuse d'accueillir les Bretons ce matin. Alors, Guirec, magnifique Vendée Globe, ton premier, ça y est, c'est terminé. Tu l'as fait avec beaucoup d'enthousiasme, de punch, et puis toujours la banane. On pourrait t'appeler l'homme tempête parce que
toujours la banane, always smiling.
Tu étais dedans, forcément. Donc bravo à toi, c'était une magnifique course. Et puis tu as rendu un
The vice president who's in charge of sport for the region.
parce que ton équipe et ton
really congratulating him for his magnificent race, his positive energy, attacking with punch and bravado, always a smile on his face, and again, congratulating his incredible team who I work with.
Bravo Guirec pour
Oh, yeah,
cette
he really
magnifique
brought a
course.
good
Et puis,
energy to it.
savoure, maintenant, c'est que du bonheur pour toi.
Merci beaucoup, Bérangère Soudée. Vous pouvez l'applaudir, s'il vous plaît. Alors, Guirec, comme l'a dit Madame Soudard, savoure. Je pense que tu savoures déjà depuis ce matin, là. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé depuis ce matin?
Eh ben écoute, il s'est passé pas mal de choses. Déjà ce matin, j'ai évité un cargo de justesse. Et
Already this morning, he had
j'étais
a
à
lot
l'intérieur
to
de
go
mon
on.
bateau, là,
He
j'entends
was
gueuler
supposed to
quoi. Et
cargo.
je me dis mais c'est quoi ce bordel? Je sors et là il y avait 16 fous sur un bateau jaune, je les connaissais pas. Ils étaient là, ils étaient chauds. Donc,
Oh, he was really, really close this morning. Got a fright. He came up and there was a big yellow boat. Very close.
Hyper marrant. J'avais en fait une mer croisée avec beaucoup de vent, hyper rafaleux, et du coup le bateau
And the
tapait très
conditions
fort.
in the mer de Gascon, cross
Et je pense que c'était presque des pires
Lots of
conditions
wind.
que j'ai eues depuis le départ. Pas en force de vent, mais vraiment
Well,
au
en
niveau
fait,
confort, quoi.
almost the toughest conditions that he had since the start.
Toi, tu
Oui,
partais
c'est
plutôt
bien,
avec l'étiquette de l'aventurier. Et comme l'a dit Madame Soulard, tu nous as fait une magnifique course, moins de 90 jours quand même.
So
s'il
left
vous
as
plaît.
an adventurer.
Je pense qu'en plus du statut d'aventurier, là tu arrives vraiment avec un statut de régatier, Guirec.
Écoute, je sais pas si j'arrive avec un statut de régatier, mais en tout cas, je me suis pris au jeu. C'est sûr que
Not
j'ai
sure
eu la
if
chance
he's
d'avoir un super bateau,
really
très costaud,
taking the role
et
as a
d'avoir une
racer,
équipe et
but
des partenaires qui ont mis les moyens pour avoir un bateau qui tient la
but
marée.
to have
vraiment.
the
Et
team and
donc,
the
quand je
sponsors.
pouvais, ouais, je tirais dessus.
It's given the
Donc,
means to go
oui,
race.
c'est sûr que depuis 3 ans, je commence à comprendre le fonctionnement du bateau, mais je ne connais pas tout encore.
3 years, he's
Mais en tout
started
cas, c'était
to
vraiment,
understand
vraiment
that
un gros
works.
kiff de faire ce tour du monde. C'était que du bonheur, quoi.
Really,
Il y a
really
eu quelques moments un peu moins
incredible
rigolos,
adventure
mais
to
je
this
saurais même plus te dire
around the
lesquels,
world.
quoi.
Only happiness.
Et donc ouais, incroyable de se dire que j'ai fait un tour du monde en effet en moins de 90 jours. J'étais plutôt habitué à des moyennes de 1 an et demi, 2 nœuds, quoi. Ma dernière grosse traversée, c'était à la rame, 107 jours. C'était juste traverser l'Atlantique, hein. Là, je fais le tour du monde, hein, en 90 jours. Donc,
He's
en moins de 90 jours.
before he just traversed the across the Atlantic in
Good.
time, bro,
Et en
and
tout
now
cas,
he's
c'est
got the
beau
whole
de voir
around
autant
the
de
world
monde.
now,
Après, vous
like,
savez que j'aime la
so it's really
solitude.
incredible.
90 jours seul, c'était incroyable. Là, d'arriver et en quelques heures
To be
de
alone
retour au monde,
and
là, j'ai qu'une
spend
envie,
90
c'est de
days
reprendre la mer, en fait.
alone at sea was incredible. To ride here and
Je
do
sais
on
pas
your
si
own,
c'est ce que vous avez envie d'entendre, mais...
A little bit of a shock.
Non, mais c'est trop chouette. Merci pour cette ambiance, merci pour ces Gwenadus, merci pour ces
it's so
souvenirs.
cool. Thank you for the
Merci
ambience. Thank you
pour, au
for
final,
coming.
cette
Thank you
météo
for
qui
the
est pas si mal que ça s'annonçait moyennement bien. Et au final, on s'en sort plutôt correctement, quoi. Donc,
Ouais,
c'est
même, on s'en sort plutôt très correctement, non? Je pense, moi, plutôt.
And we did a good job.
Tu
We did a
l'évoquais
very
tout
good
à l'heure
job.
sur le programme, parce que des fois, on se dit, bah, tiens, les skippers, en arrivant, ils nous disent toujours, non, pour la suite, je vais prendre le temps de réfléchir. Toi, ça y est, t'as déjà des idées.
What's next? What any ideas?
Ouais, avant de partir, c'était déjà fait, moi. donc,
You already had an
ouais,
idea before leaving?
c'est sûr que je vais repartir. Et là, le prochain projet, là, en fait, ça va partir cette année, hein, octobre, novembre, décembre. Et l'idée, c'est de partir faire le tour du monde à l'envers. Mais cette fois,
This
sur
year
un bateau un peu plus rapide, un ultime.
October, November, he's gonna go for the record around the world in
Et donc,
the
voilà, je suis trop
long way.
motivé.
He's really excited. He's motivated. He can't wait to go again.
Donc, tu t'es pris au jeu de la régate.
Ouais, je me suis pris le jeu de la régate, mais après, tu vois, j'aime aussi naviguer tout seul. Et là, l'idée, c'est de partir tout seul parce que je crois qu'il n'y a que 5 personnes qui ont pu finaliser ce tour du monde à l'envers.
enjoyed the race.
Donc, faut
He
être
loved
quand
that,
même
but just
motivé,
sailing
un
on
peu
his
maso.
own.
Et je crois que c'est motivé, c'est sûr, maso, ça c'est très sûr. Mais non, mais ce qui est cool, c'est que ces bateaux très rapides, c'est qu'après tu peux remonter des latitudes un peu plus confortables pour choper du portant. Et l'idée, c'est pas forcément de rester dans le sud pour faire que du près. Donc l'idée, voilà, ça va être de changer de support. Donc pour moi, il n'y aura pas de Vendée Globe en 2028. Après, je dis pas que je reviendrai jamais.
So he's saying not
mais en tout cas, voilà, le prochain départ, ça se passera à Brest. Et c'était pour ça que voilà, c'était important pour moi d'ailleurs hier de faire un petit détour par ma Bretagne quand même.
And he's decided to go back to that. But yesterday it was really important for him to be able to swim by his homeland.
Et non, mais c'est tellement, enfin, la Vendée, c'est une région vraiment chouette. Heureusement qu'ils ont le Vendée Globe.
Incredible area. He's riding the crowd. He's riding the crowd.
He is.
Qu'est-ce que tu retiendras de ce Vendée Globe qui va t'aider pour la suite, justement?
Eh ben écoute,
What
je
did you
vais
take from
retenir
this Vendée Globe
plein de
that's
choses.
gonna help you for the
J'ai
following?
surtout appris à bien faire marcher un bateau.
To really know how to work the boat
Aussi
properly.
enchaîné quelques petites avaries. Tu vois, ce qui est cool, c'est que j'ai plongé au Cap Horn. Et ça, je pense que potentiellement, ça peut te servir pour la suite.
Things, me diving at Cape Horn.
Non mais c'est fou parce que la veille je passe le Cap Horn, je suis dans mon mât, genre je me filme, je suis l'homme. Je pense que c'est le meilleur moment, c'était le passage du Cap Horn quoi. J'avais la chance, la deuxième fois que je le passais, c'est la première fois que je le voyais. Et le lendemain quoi, c'était la situation complètement inverse. Quoi. Je me retrouve
and then the next day, the extreme situation of probably the worst moment of the entire race. So really high the
là je me dis ok, bon bah qu'est-ce que je fais quoi. Et là il n'y avait pas 36 000 solutions.
And he had the sail in the water, lots of wind coming. So what could you do?
That's right, you get a big low coming across the Andes, and he was the one who was really stuck in
Moi,
that time.
en fait, ce que je vais chercher souvent, c'est les problèmes, en fait, tu vois. Après l'idée, non, mais c'est vrai, mais au final, c'est ça.
In fact, I'm looking for another type of problems.
J'ai été confronté à quelques petits soucis, quelques gros coups de vent aussi, surtout au large des Kerguelen. Et d'ailleurs, même quand je me suis mis à l'abri des Kerguelen pour grimper dans mon mât, j'étais dans mon mât. Et le bateau, là, il est parti au lof, à 3000 près, à 20-30 minutes, j'étais échoué au Kerguelen, et je peux te dire que c'est pas là-bas que t'as envie de finir, quoi.
Et puis on a regardé quelques images des Kerguelen il y a quelques années avec un certain Bernard Stam. C'est pas très encourageant, effectivement.
Exactement, ouais. Moi, quand on me dit, attends, le seul bateau qui s'est arrêté au Kerguelen du Vendée Globe, regarde, il a fini comme ça. Et là, on m'envoie des photos du bateau échoué sur les cailloux, quoi. Je fais, ok, super. Et au final, ce que j'ai adoré aussi, c'est que...
He was very close to the island, he was going to be the end of his Vendée Globe.
Exactly. The announcer was just reminding him of the fate of Clarence Staff. The 2008 race ended up on the beach in the Kerguelens, and his race had to stop. So.
Mais il y a eu un peu de tourisme, quoi. Parce que j'ai vu les Kerguelen, j'ai vu le Cap Horn, j'ai vu Trinidad.
So he did a little fair bit of tourism, seeing lots of different islands, the Kerguelens.
Et puis j'ai vu la Bretagne.
C'était cool. Et tout ça encore une fois en moins de 90 jours. Bravo, Guirec, bravo. Dernière question, Guirec.
Merci.
Dernière question, le programme de la journée.
Pas mal le déguisement des poules là. J'ai apprécié là.
Le programme de la journée, pour terminer.
Le programme de la journée. Eh ben, moi je connais pas le programme de la journée. Hein. Je connais le programme de la soirée, mais de la journée, je sais, il y a une conférence de presse. Si je peux aller me doucher, changer de caleçon, je suis bien.
Yeah, you might consider having a shower.
Et puis après ça continue. Hein.
Et en début de soirée, mesdames et messieurs, à 18h30, le Finisher Club, Skipper Finisher Club. Il aura lieu ce soir au VNB, en face le centre commercial Ilium, 18h30. Rendez-vous là-bas.
Okay. Anyone in Les Sables alone?
Bonne journée à toi. On va te proposer une photo désormais dos au public, le selfie avec le public. Je vais récupérer le micro à moins que tu aies un dernier mot.
Un public avec de l'ambiance, je veux voir.
Allez, s'il vous plaît, mesdames et messieurs.
On the stage with the public behind. Most of them from Brittany, I think.
I don't know what that flag with the dragons.
With the VIPs from the region, say Yannick Moreau, the mayor of Les Sables d'Olonne, and then our vice president for the region who's in charge of sport. So that's all we have for you for our live broadcast of the finish from the channel of Guirec Soudée. It's been a very emotional day, great day with a very distinctive Breton flavour. We'll be back on Monday with multiple channels. Among them, we expect to see Violette d'Orange, the youngest skipper ever to finish the Vendée Globe. But also we should see Japanese skipper Kojiro Shiraishi coming in as well. But as many as 4 boats in the channel on Monday. Do join us then and keep following on the website and the social media channels. Keep following the race. Thank you for joining us.